Making some good progress here on the front porch. Got the perimeter pieces set and clamped, and got all those squared up. So I'm ready to start screwing those together. But when I first started working on this, the first thing I did was get this ledger board installed, and step one of doing that was to tear off the old house wrap, which was well past its exposure date, so it was going to have to come off eventually anyway. So tore that off, exposed the plywood, and then I put this self-adhering flashing all the way along the wall there where the ledger is going to be. It actually covers this whole 13-inch area from the bottom, and then overlaps in the doorway here. So that is really well sealed just in case some water gets behind the ledger. And then the next step was to put on a new piece of house wrap, and this is drain wrap. So if water gets between the ledger and the house wrap, there's a little bit of a drain channel there, so that will dry. After the house wrap was on, I got the ledger set and leveled, and I'm doing about a 3/4 of an inch drop here, same as I did on the back porch. So didn't want to do too much because I wanted it to be kind of like part of the house, just walk straight in, but didn't want to actually make it flush because that seems like that could be problematic with water getting in there. So about a 3/4 of an inch drop from the porch floor to the finished floor inside the house. So once the ledger was level, then I attached it to the house, and it's attached to the house with these 5-inch structural screws, and these are rated for treated lumber. That's the product name there. So these screws, they're 16 inches offset, and those will go through the ledger, through the plywood, and then almost all the way through a double 2x10 rim joist that is on the other side of the plywood down in the crawl space. So that should be a very secure connection, and these are rated to replace lag bolts or lag screws, so they're pretty strong. So once that was up, I put some cleats down there to hold the perimeter joists in place and clamped those, and then just measured in all 3 directions multiple times, widthwise, lengthwise, and diagonal from corner to corner, to get it square and get the lengths matched up, both widthwise and lengthwise. So that is ready to be attached. So next step is to just start screwing these together, and I'm putting these together with these 5 5/8 inch GRK framing screws, and got one here ready to go, so let's put it in. There we go. So now just need to get it screwed together at the corners, and then screw those 2x8s on both ends together. Probably need to clamp those to get them straight because they both have a little bit of a crown on them. And then the next step is to put the girder in. There's going to be a girder down the middle, and then the floor joists are going to run this way, and that way the finished floor can run this way from the house towards the end of the porch. So the seams will be going in the direction that the water flows, so less likely to get water between the seams. I think it looks right to do it that way as well. So next step is to get that girder in the middle, and then I can start hanging the joists. See you soon.